Hello friends, this video on System of Particles and Rotational Motion part 32 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Let us look at the fifth problem. It says, to maintain a rotor at a uniform angular speed of 200 radian per second, an engine needs to transmit a torque of 180 Newton meters. So that means in this case we are given the angular speed as 200 radians per second and a torque of 180 Newton meters. Right? So what is the power required by the engine? Assume that the engine is 100% efficient. So how do we calculate power? Power is given by torque into angular velocity, right? That is what we saw, that in case of rotational motion, power is given as torque into angular velocity. So it is a straightforward problem. So it becomes 180 into 200, that is equal to 36 into 10 to the power 3, which is again equal to 36 kilowatts. Let us look at problem 6. It says, from a uniform disk of radius r, a circular hole of radius r by 2 is cut out. Okay. So that means it is something like this. Let us suppose we have a uniform disk. This is my uniform disk of radius r. Now from this disk, a circular hole of radius r by 2 is cut out. The center of the hole is at a distance of r by 2 from the center of the original disk. Let us suppose the center of the original disk is O dash and the center of this portion which is cut out is O. So this distance is r by 2. Okay, so this is the circle which is cut out. Right? So locate the center of gravity of the resulting flat body. So here we have two discs. One is a big disc, the other one is a smaller disc. So for the bigger disc, let us suppose that the radius is r. For the smaller disc, the radius will be r by 2. Right? Now what about the mass? So mass for the bigger disc, let us suppose this is m1, will be equal to, let us suppose the mass per unit density of this disc is sigma. So sigma into pi r square, right? So what will be the mass for smaller disc? Let us call this as m2. So this will be equal to sigma into pi r by 2 whole square. So this becomes equal to sigma into pi r square by 4. So this is equal to m1 by 4. Right? Now, for the bigger disk, which is the center of mass, for this bigger disk, since it is a uniform disk, so the center of the disk will be the center of mass. That is the case for homogeneous bodies, right? So in this case, its center of mass would be O dash. Now for the smaller disk, the center of mass would be O, because O is the center of the smaller disk, right? Now before the smaller disk was cut, so earlier the whole system was the bigger disk plus the smaller disk. So later the small disk was cut. So the new system now is bigger disk minus smaller disk, right? So that means before the cutting of the disk took place, what was my system? My system was bigger disk plus smaller disk. Now after the small circular plate is cut, so after the cut, what is my system? My system is bigger disk minus smaller disk. Right? So are you getting that? So what would be the center of mass of the new system? So center of mass of the new system after it has been cut will be equal to m1 r1 plus m2 r2 divided by m1 plus m2. That is the definition of center of mass. That center of mass is equal to summation of mi ri divided by capital M, right? But now my system is the bigger system, so M1 is the mass of the bigger system and M2 is the mass of the smaller system. But now M2 will be subtracted from M1, right? So in this case, what would be the values of M1 and M2? So in this case, M1 will be equal to M, M2 will be equal to, if M1 is equal to M, M2 is will be M by 4, but this will be in negative because the mass has been reduced. So we will put M2 as negative, right? So therefore, the center of mass will be equal to M1 R1 plus M2 R2 divided by M1 plus M2. Right? Because we are considering the point O dash as the origin. So if this is the origin, so R for this will be 0, but R for the smaller disk will be R by 2. So now this value comes out to be minus R by 8 into 4 by 3. So that is equal to minus R by 6. So therefore we can say that the center of gravity is at a distance of R by 6 from O. Right? This is the value of the center of mass from this point O dash towards left. That is because you got negative sign, right? So if you would have got positive sign, that means it is on the right side of O dash. But since you have got negative sign, that means it is on the left side of O dash, right? So this is how we have positioned the center of gravity, right? Because it is a uniform disk, so the center of mass will coincide with the center of gravity. Let us look at the seventh problem. It says a meter stick is balanced on a knife edge at its center. When two coins, each of mass 5 grams, are put one on top of the other at the 12 centimeter mark, the stick is found to be balanced at 45 centimeters. So what is the mass of the meter stick? So let us suppose this is my meter stick, right? So it is balanced on a knife edge. So let us assume that this is my knife edge. So it has been balanced on this knife edge. So let me call this point as A. Okay. So when two coins, each of mass 5 grams, are put one on top of the other at the 12 centimeter mark. So let us suppose there are two coins which are placed one above the other in this way at the 12 centimeter mark. That means this distance is 12 centimeter and this is a meter rod. That means this whole distance is 1 meter, that is 100 centimeters, right? The stick is found to be balanced at 45 centimeters. So when nothing is placed, when this coin is not placed, the stick is balanced at point A. But when these two coins are placed, the stick is balanced at 45 centimeters. Now this point A is the midpoint, right? So 45 centimeters means at around some point B. So this distance of B is 45 centimeters, right? So you got it. So when no coins were placed, it is balanced at the point A. That means at the midpoint, at its center. That is what it says, right? So that means this entire distance up to A, this distance is 50 centimeters. But when we place two coins at a distance of 12 centimeters, then this balance point is shifted to 45 centimeters. That is, the balance point is shifted from A to B. So we have to find out the mass of the meter stick. Now let us suppose that the mass of the meter stick is M1. Now what is the mass of the coin? Now mass of the coin, let me denote by M2. So mass of both the coins together will be equal to 2 into 5 grams. That is equal to 10 grams. Right? Now when the coins are placed, the center of mass shifts to point B. Right? Since the stick is balanced, now after coins are placed, after the coins are placed, center of mass is at point B. Right? That means the stick is balanced about this point. So the stick is balanced. That means it is in rotational equilibrium. So if we write down our equation of rotational equilibrium at point B, what do we get? As per rotational equilibrium, F1 d1 should be equal to F2 d2, because that is how we define torque. Torque is nothing but force into distance. Now for this point B, for this end, what would be F1 d1? F1 would be nothing but the weight because of these two coins. So that means M1G into D1. Right? So we can write it as M1G into D1 is equal to M2G into D2. So this G and G will get cancelled. So we can say that M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2. Now what is M1? M1 is something which we have to calculate, because M1 is the mass of stick. That is what we have assumed. So M1 into D1. So what is D1? So D1 would be this distance, because if this coin was not at all placed, the center of mass, I mean the entire mass of the rod would have been concentrated at point A. Now in this case we are considering the torque about point B. So this point B is our origin. So what is the distance of point A from point B? That is 5 centimeters, right? Because this entire thing is 50 and this is 45. So 50 minus 45, that is 5 centimeters. So this is equal to, what is M2? M2 is 10 grams into D2. So what is the distance of these coins from point B? That will be 45 minus 12. So this will be 45 minus 12. Therefore, M1 will be equal to 10 into 33 divided by 5. So this is equal to 66 grams. So this would be the mass of the meter stick. Right? Okay.
Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.